Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about the management by objectives. So myself, Dr.M.MONIKA, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, St.Joseph College of Arts and Science Autonomous, Cuddalore. What is meant by management by objectives? So it is the strategic management approach that involves setting specific measurable objectives for employees and aligning them with the overall goals of the organization. It is a process whereby the superior and the subordinate managers of an enterprise jointly identify its common goals. It is a rational and systematic approaches to the management wherein measurable goals are the set of consultations with the subordinate managers in terms of the such goals. The definitions of management by objectives. So it is the originated by the Peter F. Drucker in the year of 1954. According to Coates and Weinreich, management by objectives is a comprehensive managerial systems that integrates many key managerial activities in the systematic manner, and it's consciously directed towards the effective and efficient achievements of the organizational individual objectives. Features of management by objectives. First one, goal oriented. It is the goal oriented rather than work oriented, as if the focus on what must be accomplished rather than on how it is to be the accomplished. Next one, participations of all. It involves the participations of subordinates managers in the goal settings process. It requires all key personnel to contribute the maximum to achieve the overall objectives. Next one, focus on key result areas. MBO focus on measurable and verifiable goals in the key result areas. It helps to balance the goals of all the key personnels. Next one, dynamic. MBO is the dynamic system which integrates the company's needs to achieve the objectives. Next, managerial philosophy. Management by objectives is a managerial philosophy and not just a simple techniques or methods, because a philosophy directs and influences every elements of management, whereas a techniques is only useful in certain areas. So serve as the criterion to evaluate the complete performance of the organization's corporate functions and personal goals under the management by objectives serve as the criterion. So finally, continuous process. MBO is a continuous process of goal settings, periodic appraisal and modifying of goals and performance. Next topics, objectives of MBO. The objectives of management by objectives are to aid employees in realizing their responsibilities at work. Each employees have key result areas customized to their interest, areas of expertise and academic background. The staff members are aware of what is required of them because of MBO. Next one, to make the employees feel valuable in the organization. Every employee plays a unique role in the helping the companies achieve its goal and objectives. Each employees play the different roles at the work. Next, to gratitude the effectiveness among employees. It fosters and encouraging the atmosphere at work, allowing people to appreciate their jobs rather than viewing them as on obligations. Next one, to produce clearly specified hierarchies. To guarantee open-mindedness of all friends, the managing director is not approachable directly by any supervisor in any company. First, he would communicate with the reporting boss, who would they convey the information to the seniors and so on. Next, to set the benchmark for every employees. For each members of the teams of managers establish the different organization and personal goals. Next, to serve as the device for organizational control and integrations. The final, to serve as the basics for judgment about salary and promotions. Next, different steps in management by objectives process. Define organizational goals. Setting objectives is not only critical to the success of any company, but it also serves the variety of purposes. It needs to include the several different types of managers in setting goals. So next process, the define employees objectives. Once the employees are briefly about the general objectives, plan and the strategies to follow, the managers can start working with their subordinates on establishing their personal objectives. There will be a one-on-one discuss where the subordinates will let the managers know about their targets and which goals they can accomplish within a specific time and with what resources. Next, continuous monitoring performance and progress through the management by objectives approach is necessary for increasing the effectiveness of managers. It is the equally essential for monitoring the performance and progress of each employees in the organizations. Performance evaluations. So within the MBO framework, the performance review is achieved by the participations of the managers certains. Next, providing the feedback. So in the managements of objectives approach, the most essential steps in the continuous feedback of the result and objectives, as it enables the employees to track and make the corrections to their actions. Next, performance appraisal. Performance reviews are the routine reviews of the success of employees within the MBO organizations. The advantages of management by objectives: more clarity towards objectives, better management, enhanced individual commitment, establishing the controls, improving the communications, motivations and morale. So disadvantages of management by objectives: goal setting problem, time consuming, more focus on short term objectives, incapable to provide the guidelines to goal setters, inflexibility and increased paperwork. Thank you everyone.